Hey, Brandon.
Hello.
We're just chilling here tonight. You can go to the live page here.
I got it up.
I don't.
I'm always watching.
Hey, what's up, Loopy? So, oh man, dude, I got this new webcam set up.
You look super in depth. Is that the word I'm looking for? Super. Looks good. Like, you look cool. All cut out in high definition, and the background's kind of like.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks really good. Not you, but the actual.
I feel like this is revenge for my earlier comments.
Yes. Right. For those that don't know, Rob decided to call me and tell me, like, hey, you could have my old webcam, but it won't make you look any uglier. So, took me down a notch.
Yeah, the thing though is so it's just a DSLR A6000. I have one for photography, but I had a second one I hooked up here. Just I'm getting random freezes every now and then, but I sometimes I took it off a USB hub and put it on its own dedicated whatever and rebooted it. So I think I had it running for like 3 hours on its own and no problem. So where did I get those? When did you have the screens? Oh, we've had the stars a while ago, right? But now the stars are also out of focus, so they look even cooler, right? Brandon?
It's like a particle effect going on back there. That's what it looks like. It looks like Rob is inside After Effects, and someone threw on the particle effect right now, and
I'm not that clever. Like, to put up the green screen, and they're like, you get a green screen, right. You can put something. Like, I can't. I'm not putting a green screen. I'm claustrophobic.
I thought we agreed there'd be a little bit of a ambiance lighting on your right shoulder there, buddy. What's going on?
That actually is. So I've done that, but the camera has a different color profile than the last one. So you can see if I turn that on and off. Right now it's a yellow. If I switch it to a green, I turn green.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely not the green. Yeah. It looks sick.
So
there we go.
What you were seeing before, Brandon, was me making use of the limitations of the color space.
Gotcha.
On the previous camera. So on my other computer, it refuses to open Chrome. That's really great. That's beneficial. I always knew that anytime you had any new piece of equipment, something else is gonna, like, 4 other fucking things are gonna break, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did try to add a new mic. So I actually bought a Sony. It's an old style broadcast fucking lav mic for right here. And I tested it out. That actually got it working. Got the box hooked up the XLR cables, and it sounded great. Here's the problem: fucking picks up everything. Like, I mean, like, in the bottom of if my dog is like farts downstairs, you're gonna like it hears too well, So it's not gonna work. It was a little overkill. I didn't pay full price though. So.
Nice.
Okay, I got this fucking. What is going on with this thing? I can't get Chrome to open on this computer. Like, it just wants to fucking break, dude. And you ever try to, like, end task and it doesn't want to end the task? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wants to think while it's ending the task. Like,
just try lighting the computer on fire. See what happens. Burn it all down.
I told you it came close one night, right? When I was like, thank you. When I was like thinking about chucking that computer out the window, out of the old apartment, I was like, I'm about to throw this fucking thing right out the fucking window. Let's see if this will load up now. So, Brandon, you're welcome to bring up anything.
I wasn't expecting us to be talking. I thought we were talking on Friday night.
Well, you're supposed to have things set up all the time, so, you know.
Yeah, and I have things set up on my phone, and usually about Wednesday night, Thursday night, I start filling it in for the Friday show.
But Google Drive's on your phone, so you could just be putting it into a Google Drive.
Yeah, it was acting weird, so I had to delete it, and I haven't reinstalled it yet. Here's a fun film fact, Rob, because you love Police Academy. Steve Guttenberg wore an old police shirt to his Police Academy audition because it belonged to his father, who was part of the NYPD.
Okay.
I just saw that, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll share that with Rob. Hey, so with the new Matrix 4, right? It's only being directed by one of the sisters, correct? Lena is the only one doing it. Not both of them are coming back.
Yeah,
it's
just
one of them. Now, I don't think I've ever seen a movie where they both didn't direct it. Now, without me Googling, have you seen anything where just that one director has directed anything? Or have they always been a team?
As far as I know. But they did that show Sense8. I don't know what the workload was on that. So
yeah. I mean, do you think that'll affect it any, or you think it'll have the same kind of?
No clue, Brandon. I know it's something to talk about. Like, what do you think, Rob? Man, I don't have any insight onto, like, I couldn't tell you which Rousseau brother does what. Like, these brother teams, like, I don't know. I mean, I think what it really does is, you know, like, as far as I understand it, the director's job is really to make decisions. So when you got two people there, it kind of helps, you know, like if you're in sync, because, you know, one can be thinking about something while the other. So I imagine they've made enough movies. They don't, you know, probably need both to be on set, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe the other one, maybe, I don't know their new names. Sorry, I don't. I'm fucking horrible with names, Brandon. If you change your fucking name ever, I'll never remember it. Like, it took me forever to remember your name. Brandon knows this because when he would see me, I go, "Hey."
I didn't know your wife's name for the longest time. I just called her your wife.
There you go.
I'm bad. I'm worse when people come up to our tables. You know, I remember faces and I remember what art people bought from me, but I forget names. I'd be like, yeah, you had, you know, this sketch, you had that. Oh yeah, you bought this from us. Yeah, Rob will sign it. But as far as like names, I'm horrible. I'm even worse when I put them in my phone because if I forget the name, I'll just be like, bearded guy I play volleyball with, but not myself. And I just, that's what that person is until someone else says their name. So, you know, now you just call me Mega Potato. Yeah, and for the longest time, everybody would just call me the other guy. That was fun. Rob's assistant. You're Rob's assistant, right?
But that was you're the one that hated that. Other guy was the sidekick on Plank Man.
Yeah,
it's other guy.
Good times.
Which I liked. You did not like it.
No, because the people came up to my table when you weren't even there. When I was doing some event in Arizona, they're like, "Hey, you're that other guy." I'm like, "What? You know, for SketchCraft, but you're not SketchCraft. You're the other guy."
Have I done more morning doodles? Yeah, it's all coming, guys. I always want you to know, like, I got the stomach flu. Now, I'm a fairly healthy dude, so I haven't had the stomach flu in. I couldn't even tell you what the difference would have been. I know now. Like, so I haven't like thrown up, puked, checked, whatever word you want to use, since October of 1990. I remember because that's my birthday, and I got a VHS copy of Batman, and I watched it like 8 times, and I ate so much butter, popcorn, and licorice that I threw it up. That's the last time. That's the last time I threw up. Like, that's the last time. It's not something I do, you know? I did it 13 times in like an 8-hour period. Like, Thursday. Like, it was like Team America. You know that? Yeah, it was like that, dude. So, that took the shit out of me all weekend, you know? And when I came out of it, I was behind on my work. So I had to get my work done. And then today, I should have been drawing, but I wanted to get this camera set up. So all this camera stuff I got has been piling up outside in the studio. So then my wife starts looking at it like, you just spending money now to make piles, you know? Like, so here we are. And now my other computer will not fucking load Chrome. Like it will not fucking do it. Something permanently broke. I'm gonna have to reboot that computer. It's always fucking something, dude. You know, like it never, ever, ever fails. So yeah, all that stuff's coming, guys. What I did do was Monday. So Monday I went to go do my freelance work. I couldn't fucking do anything, bro. Like send up people like, oh, you know, can you lose your mojo? I'm like, sometimes you can. Like you can just, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
So I took the time to just reboot this computer right now. Not this one, the other one. So I took the time to do a sketch cover. I did a bunch. I did a bunch of experiments and I threw them all away because it came out horrible. But I tried gessoing sketch covers, different kinds of shit. But I was trying to work a gesso base for my color pencil work, so I could start to do bigger things and just easier to work on the gesso, essentially. But unfortunately, I just can't get the gesso to a level of like smoothness that I'm used to with my color pencil. Like even with the sanding down, dude, like I don't know, I don't know. So I went back and then I did like a quick sketch cover thingy. It's kind of hard to see here. It's getting blown the fuck out of it. You'll see pictures of it. So it's not a big deal. It's just like sometimes you got to do something, you know, to fucking get everything going. So I did that, like whatever. And then I was like, well, I guess I got something done. I don't know what the fuck that's for, but you know, like something got done, man. You know, I went to sleep and then I got back to work. No freezing yet.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I really didn't think it'd be my other computer that would decide to be a little fucktard. But here we are. All right. You can feel free to talk.
Something. It's always something when we randomly decide to do a cast. It's like something won't load or something just won't work right.
Oh, hey, Ashley, thanks. Thanks. She says the camera looks great. I can't tell on the other computer because I can't load anything up because it crashed. Fucking this little fucking dick. Little computer. And then so like my puppy, he's doing great. One thing. He's got anxiety issues, like separation anxiety issues, obviously, because he got abandoned. And so anytime he's in his crate and I'm not in the room or anyone's in the room, he just barks. Won't stop barking. Now, luckily we own our own home and we're far enough away from anyone that no one can hear but me. Here's the thing, Brandon. 6 fucking hours a day of barking. Like, can you blur stuff as much as you want in the background? So the blurring has to do with the f-stops. So this goes down to a 2.8. Only way I can make the background more blurry than me now is if I get the camera closer. But what that will do is it will not, crop out more background. See what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's a wide angle lens. So this isn't a webcam. It's like I had to learn all about lenses, Brandon. So it's a wide angle lens, and this is a Sigma lens. I have a Sony super fucking wide angle, but that if I use the Sony, then I got to take the camera and I got to put it across like to a street. It's a long lens, so like I would need to pull it way the hell back. So This is about the best I can do.
Yeah.
But I figure it's just enough depth of field, right? It's not too much. I mean, I guess.
No, it looks good. It looks cool. It adds enough to like make you pop out, but then the background still looks dope.
I mean, otherwise, yeah. All right. Yeah, but he barks if we're not in the room. So that's unfortunate.
I see how it is, Ashley. She says, camera looks good. Says hi to Bloops, but no hi, Brandon. No hi, Mega Potato. Nobody ever says hi to me anymore, Rob.
Yeah, there's all
old
these
taters.
There's all these training things you can do to, like, you put them in the crate while you're doing stuff, and you give them treats, and I'm doing all that, folks, and I'm doing clicker training and the whole thing, and positive reinforcement, but he was abandoned. The kennel, they're doing great work down there, but it's it's stressful. So he's got PTSD from the fucking kennel, man. How come? Well, this is fun. Try this again. Something happened. You know what it always is? It's always some fucking Windows update. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guarantee you Windows update, even though I have it not to, because that's what Windows does. And I will have to fix it. Luckily, I could see the chat in here in my OBS Streamlabs. It loads the chat in there, but otherwise, I'd be like, can't see nothing.
All right.
So, yeah. But yeah, I've messed with positioning on this camera here, and just the best I can do. I had to take off that thing right here so there's no longer a little corner sticking out that annoys Brandon to no end.
Yes.
Brandon couldn't deal with it.
Nope.
Maybe if you talk to your chat when we try to watch your Twitch game streams for support. Oh, Brandon.
I haven't played video games in 500 years.
Yeah, but what he's saying is you don't chat, you don't talk to them while you're streaming.
I talk to everybody. I talk directly to the camera. Me and Gamora both.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, but also when I started streaming, I didn't know a lot about the chat rooms and all the stuff. And then later on, Rob's like, yeah, hey, you can pull up on your phone the chats. And I'm like, oh, shit. All right. I was new to it, okay? I'm sorry. You'll never be ignored again, I promise.
Yeah, see, it's updating. That's
Bloopy says, Brandon, you are the backbone. If I'm the backbone, then this podcast has like scoliosis. This back is broken. He might say hi to me next time. Well, thank you, Psycho. It's a nice looking shirt, Rob. Is that new?
No.
Gives you a nice rugged look. I like the little brown there.
Mountain Man Rob?
Yeah, Mountain Man Rob, Rugged Rob.
Timbercraft. How about that?
I like Rugged Rob.
Rugged Rob.
Rugged Rob.
Streamlabs timed out Gang Feather for spamming caps. That is weird. Huh.
Quit yelling. Quit yelling.
I don't know, Ashley. I'll have to... No caps. I'll have to figure out what that's all about. Let me go into the chat settings. Let me go in here, Ashley. Let me see what's going on there. Manage moderation settings. That's probably it, right? Mod delay, followers only, chat rules, tools and chat. Moderator tools in chat. Mod rule sets. Auto mod rule sets custom. All right. Okay. It's making me do this in a small window. So let me see here. Discrimination. No, I don't want that. Like, what is going? I can't. It's profanity, hostility, profanity. Maybe it's under profanity. Some filtering. Why don't I use no filtering on profanity? How about we do that? We'll see how that goes. But hostility, provocation, discrimination. We want filtering on that.
Yeah, no yelling. We gotta keep it soft in here.
Let me try that, Ashley. Now, how do I get back to the chat from this fucking thing? Let me see if I can. How do I get back? Refresh chat. All right. We'll see now. Shouldn't have timed her out. All right. Caps and curse words are auto no-nos. Well, I turn off the swearing, so I can ban people if they get too crazy on that. Oh no! Look, it got you anyway. I turned it off. That's crazy. It still got him, dude. I said I turned it off, and he typed in "fuck yeah," and it banned him. Streamlabs, man, like got a mind of its own. Huh. Well, I'll play with that later, guys. I'll deal with the chat. We should be able to fucking type in "fuck yeah." Like, it's not a kid-friendly show. What kid would fucking want to hang out with me? You know? My own nephew, he was like, "Yeah, Rob's fun." Then he's at the age now where he's like, I'm not into his what his idea of fun is, he got really into like, that alien ball head they put on top of their head and put a hoodie around and pretend like they're dancing. Have you seen that?
Yeah, like a year ago.
Yeah, well, they just caught on to that up in Canada, and you know what I mean. I'm just like, have fun there, kid. Gonna dip your balls in soy sauce next. Like. You seen that challenge? Yeah.
I'm good.
Corey on Double Toast, I had to go and tell everyone not to do it. I'm like, it's just like, what does this world come to?
I mean, does it make them more tasty?
Their theory, right? But it's all bullshit. This is fucking the internet's stupid, They're all fucking bored out their minds. They have every video game. I have a theory about this, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Corey Coleman. Double Toasted, man. Fucking, I'm a subscriber. So, they do the best show on the internet. So, when you only have a few video games when you're a kid, Brandon, you really fucking appreciate them, learn to play the shit out of them, Find all the fucking levels. You end up really... And then later on in life, you get an emulator and you have all the video games. You download all the video games. And then you never play any of them. But you have them all.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you're thinking, if I had all of these when I was a kid, then like I would... I'm like, let me tell you what, if you had all these games when you were a kid, here's what you would do. You wouldn't have played them. It's the limitations that engage you. Yeah, Game Feathers. Dude, Ashley's on like 85 hours on Holiday, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, That's how I play Final Fantasy Tactics. I bought Final Fantasy Tactics the day it came out, back March '98. I want to say, was it March '98? I'm still playing it. It's true. It's true. It's my favorite game of all time. That, Shining Force, and Dragon Quest VIII. Shining Force 1 and 2. All right. All right, now I got Chrome to work. I've been really into these strategy games in VR though, dude. So I got 2 of them I'm jumping between. One of them's called Brass Tactics.
All right.
And the other one, I forget the name. It's a World War II one. Something Assault. It's like they're pretty generic names. The names aren't memorable. But it's fucking awesome because these tactical games, it's like having your own little fucking board game, like your toys. You're like, dude, my toys are everywhere. And you just come over here, pick them up, and fucking move them around and shit. It's so fucking cool. I love it. All right, let me see here. So you think I should turn down the light or turn up the light? Like leave it on this brightness. So here's the current brightness, right? Then we're gonna come down one step. Nope, it's too dark, right?
Yeah, too dark. Pump it back up.
Yeah, I just think the calibration on this other monitor fucking sucks. Yeah. So I have to adjust the calibration on that monitor. Oh, whatever. I'm done with this fucking studio shit, man. Between the fucking video games and fucking... You can't even see it, but like there's this whole grid wall system over here and in the other room. So I can rearrange shit. Fucking... It's ridiculous, man. All my fucking color pencil storage and... I'm down with the studio. It's fucking... No more studio fucking shenanigans. So... Well, the camera has not froze. It's pretty good. Oh, something else I'm going to be doing too is uploading the... So I've been doing a audio podcast with the Megavisions dudes on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
One weekend it's Sega shit. The other weekend they do like a review of a shitty fucking movie that's video game tied somehow. I don't know how they apparently have a formula for picking the movies. Every time I've suggested something, they tell me it's not within their fucking theme. I don't know. Anyhow, we just did Turtles 3, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie's 90 minutes. The podcast is 2.5 hours long.
Jesus.
Yeah, they got me on a rant, you know? It wasn't just me, but it was a lot. It was a lot of us. How'd you feel about Turtles 3, Brandon?
It was I mean, I like samurais. So, I mean, like, you know, there's samurai stuff in it, but it just, nothing beats the first one, you know? It just...
I actually time-stamped. Like, I wrote down all these timestamps where I felt they were getting tax credits. So, like, because it really starts heavily around the 40-minute mark with the tax credits. Like, within a 10-minute period, there's like 10 PSA messages. Like, they learn how to do CPR. They learn pizza tastes bad. They learn junk food makes you stupid. They learn the turtles tell kids not to fight. I mean, this is all within a 10-minute period. And I'm just like, this fucking movie, man. You know? So ridiculous. Yeah, we're ninjas, but we don't fight.
Yeah, we don't. We use logic, Rob. Ninjas with logic.
And they're telling these kids that live like in feudal Japan, like, don't fight. Play with yo-yos and shit. Like, literally yo-yos. There's this part in the podcast, man, where in the movie, there's a scene where this kid runs into the fucking place is all. I think it was already on fire. I can't remember. He runs into a hut. Hut goes on fire. And Michelangelo goes in to rescue him. But like Michelangelo is like fucking putting on. He already has clothes on. And he's putting on all sorts of other clothes while the place is just raging on fire. Like I'm just like I'm counting down. Like this is almost an Austin Powers skit. Like how many fucking things can you load up before you go in there to save the kid? And then he eventually comes out with the kid, but Chris on Megavision was like, well, wouldn't it have been funny if he'd just come out and be like, sorry, guys.
Couldn't do it. It's too hot in there.
Just, he didn't make it, you know?
It was his time. It's already written in past anyways. We shouldn't change time.
You know, they could do the little kazoo. You know. It's just, I couldn't stop laughing at the thought because it would have made for a much more engaging film. I didn't hate it as much when I was a kid. I was like, well, you know, at least they shot. I was really happy that they shot outside because the second movie was shot on some soundstage for the most part.
Yeah,
but looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, they shot outside in Oregon. Like that's it. Like when you look out, you're like, look at Japan. I'm like, even as a kid, I'm like, that's not Japan. It's fucking Oregon. Like I know what Oregon, fucking Oregon. And at the end, it's like Oregon.
Why do you say it like that?
Huh?
Oregon.
It's Oregon.
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 Hey, say Arizona for me.
Arizona.
All right.
What?
I don't know. Just the way you're saying it sounds so weird to me. I say Oregon.
What do I think is worse? Back to the Turtles 3 is worse.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'll watch Back to the Future 3 before I watch Turtles 3 any day of the week.
I'll watch Turtles 3 just because it's got the turtles in it.
Yeah, it's not going to be good enough for me, buddy. You know. What was the first TMNT? Oh, that was the first one you watched? I'm sorry, Ashley. Like I watched, I'm like, this really feels like a TV show. Like I was like, you know, had this been released as like a 3-part like TV movie, you know, on Fox, it wouldn't have been so bad. And then I was looking at the director. The director was a TV director from Canada. He only did one other movie, and it was after this. He did a movie called Rocket Man at Disney. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that stupid movie with that fucking guy who was trying to be the next Ernest. And he didn't go anywhere. He looked like a cross between Ernest and Kramer. This fucking dude. I can't remember his name. Brandon didn't see the movie. He was just saying, yeah.
I've seen the movie.
I don't. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. He looked like this cross between Kramer and Ernest.
Yeah, I know the actor's actually isn't. I know the actor's name. I know this one. Let me I'll just look it up. He's in a bunch of stuff in his later days. Harland Williams, and he was in Half Baked. That's where I know him from. Half Baked and Employee of the Month, movies like that. That's right. I saw him in Employee of the Month on Netflix the other day.
He reminds me of like visually like when Desmalchin, that guy, you know, Desmalchin, he's in like the Ant-Man movies, he's in Dark Knight and shit. But he's not. It's just he's one of those guys with that face you kind of like, oh, I think I remember that dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyhow, that was the only other movie this director did. He directed Turtles and Rocket Man, and they were like, we're done with this guy. So you've done enough damage, right?
Yeah.
So. Hey, what's up, Atlas? But yeah, we got into like, you know, the fact that there's no real villain in the film other than the English dude. Funny part about that English guy, forget the guy's fucking name, but the guy who plays him is doing he did a good job acting, and I'll give him that. at one point they go, hey, they call him like Zorro. And he ended up being in the Zorro movie 3 years later. That's the bad guy. You know, like, well, that's crazy. You know, he would have been good in a Highlander film. That guy, the villain of Turtle 3. But yeah, I'm like, there should have been like the Emperor or someone should have invoked the spirit of the Shredder and shit. You know. Fought Demon Shredder, and yeah, it would have been awesome. Yeah, there should have been something, dude. Like, there was nothing. And the Turtles were like, why even go back to New York? There was no reason not. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, stay in Japan. He's like, well, we have to. We have to put them in the right timeline. Why? The other Japanese guys will appreciate running water and medicine, and the Turtles will, you know what I mean, get to live out in the fucking wilderness. Like, I don't know. You know, yeah. Well, I thought what it could have been is the Turtles could have taught the villagers, like the Seven Samurai. They could have taught them how to fight using the teachings of Hamato Yoshi, you know, and the hand or whatever, and then they could have created their own. They could have created the clan, you know, that ended up teaching their master. You know, is the thing, but that would require some level of fucking effort that is beyond the story group at the time. So, yeah. Instead, we got just a lot of bad jokes, bro. There's some weird ADR in that film too. Like they just throw lines in, and there's a scene where Raph jumps in this sewage pipe in the castle, and out of nowhere, it goes, "I'll be back," and it's not the guy who does Raph's voice. Someone just threw that in as Raph. Like it's someone's like at the 33-something minute mark, dude. He jumps in the tunnel, in the sewage, and he goes, "I'll be back." And it's just like, who is that? Who said that? Because it wasn't the guy doing Raph in this movie. Which, by the way, all the voices were the voices from the first film except for Raph. But I felt really bad for the voice actor for Leonardo because the character in that film was fucking horrible compared to the first film. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's not the same character. Not even remotely close. So, remember the joke names. I don't know. There's a lot of stupid one-liners in that movie, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still not as bad as Catwoman.
Have I seen the decaying TMNT suit? Yeah, that was a picture I forwarded to Chris when he mentioned we're gonna have to watch it. I sent him that. He's like, you know, there's this decaying Michelangelo suit that's it's gruesome. Editor snuck it in, director never knew better. Someone did. I think it's the director doing that. I'll be back, because who would have the authority to just add dialogue into the edit? You know, like, I don't know. It's weird. You got anything else to add, Brandon? Liefeld still doesn't own Youngblood, right? Like that. He posted something the other day about how all the image guys won't allow them to do any reprints now because it has all the image characters in the original issues.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had enough money to just complain about shit like that. Just in general, to be like, you know what? You don't get to play with any of my old toys. I'm so rich I can make new toys and new things.
It's really weird because he's like, for me, he's like, well, you know, it really is sad that it has to be this way, and you know, you just got to move on. And I'm just like, can we Zach from Saved by the Bell, can we just time out for a second with this moving on? Hold on. I just want to get this straight. He didn't up and steal this from you. So back in the 2000s, you sold your shares of Youngblood to a guy. Like, that's the part that this whole time, he's like, well, I never told anyone. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to get back to. the fucking characters that made you. They were the first fucking books published by Image. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You sold that. I don't know. You know, just. Mm-hmm. And now we're like, oh well, you know. C'est la vie, live and learn. You know.
Well, this week he's all about Youngblood, but in a couple of weeks he'll be back to Deadpool. Nothing but Deadpool stuff. So, you know, it's topsy-turvy. I hope we could sell out. I would like that. I would like that very much, to sell out.
I don't even care. If he had sold it to a company, it'd be one thing. He'd have got a paycheck. He cashed out to sort of get to wipe off debt, you know? That's the thing. Like, okay, what it is like when Play went bankrupt, its parent company was Fusion Publishing. So when Fusion Publishing goes bankrupt, they go to court. You have all this list of people you owe money to. And so to settle out with his investors, he gave them, rather than money, he cut up the characters. You know? And a dude got the Youngblood characters. And I'm just like, why would you do that? You know, like, I don't know. You know, like, I'm supposed to. And someone the other day was asking me, "You're gonna finish designing all those Youngblood characters?" I'm like, no. You know, like, no, I'm not gonna do any of that.
No,
I mean, like, I always knew the dude was a little, you know, not. That's the word I'm thinking of. He's not a stupid person. That's not by any means. He's not. He's definitely a savvy guy. He's definitely an arrogant dude. How do I say this? He never thinks past what's immediately fucking getting him into trouble. He never thinks long term, right? He just reacts to what is ever fucking happening right now.
Yeah.
He's always been that way. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I got thrown out of Marvel for the Heroes Reborn thing because they couldn't meet deadlines and shit, which is exactly what happened. He can fucking lie about it now, but that's exactly what happened. That's why they put Jim Lee in charge of that shit, of the other two books, because they got done. He's like, well, I'm doing Battlestar Galactica now, you know? And I made a new company to do it. And it's just like, okay. He even put out that advertisement for the Allies. Remember that? It was like his own version of the Avengers, but Supreme and...
It's like he owned a restaurant named Filiberto's, and it got closed down, so he just opened a new one called, like, Hiliberto's. And it sells the same burritos that you had at the old place. And then that place gets put down by the food inspector. And he's like, that's fine. I'll start another one. This one's Giliberto's. And he just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
And he's resilient.
I'll give him that, you know. They had to literally fly to his house and pound on his door to finish his shit. Yeah. And so, and all he does is talk about how, here's the thing, here's what's weird about it, is because all he does is talk about how productive he is and how efficient he is. I'm like, you were always late. Like, I don't want to hear, I drew all my thumbnails this small so that I would never draw any more than I had to and it would get done on time. You never did shit on time. Ever. Even right. I knew that as a kid, you know? I didn't care because, one, I was poor. I'm like, hey, less issues means I can buy them. And two, I was always like, well, at least I put a lot of, okay, like, I say effort, right? There's a lot of noodling, a lot of cross-hatching and coloring stuff, you know? So I was always interested in, like, that aspect of it. Not like that they look like action figures. I like toys, you know? I like He-Man and G.I. Joe as a kid, and Youngblood, and that type of design work was like a blend between all that shit, you know? But don't fucking, it's when he tells me when he talks about how efficient and how productive he is, I'm like, the fuck out of here, you know? Like, come on, man, dude, really? I got a Bloodstrike issue 1 that has an article about him not finishing shit. Yeah, right. In his own comics. And they talk about Stephen Platt not finishing. I'm like, his fucking work was never half-assed, though. You know? Like, maybe he worked too hard and it burned him out. I get it. You know? I do. I think what Platt was doing was like Cheris on a different end. It was like Platt was more like this, the Simon Bisley version, you know? And Cheris would be more like, Mobius meets fucking Alex Rossi kind of thing, you know? Like a realistic Mobius painting thing. So like, but they were at least putting the effort in. Like when you got an issue, you could see all the fucking work.
Right.
Beyond not manageable. Liefeld, you were just like, well, covers will look fun. You know, who knows? I always was like, what page does it start to fall apart? That was always my fun little like,
right.
Well, here we go, deadline. Get counting down. You could tell it was always drawn in order, you know?
Yeah.
My favorite were the Liefeld knockoff books that were drawn like 2 steps or 4 steps below what he would do. So did you ever see like the Ultimate Warrior comic book?
No.
Warrior. He came out with, okay, so in recent news cycles, you've heard of certain people publishing books and certain people in their political party buying them to make them look like they're bestsellers. You've heard of this?
Yes. Yes.
So the New York Times has a check mark next to people's names and authors. And what that means is that if you see a check mark next to a best-selling author, it means that those copies were bought in bulk, which means they're not individual sales or like somebody bought all the fucking copies for whatever reason. With Warrior, when that came out, Vince McMahon and the WWF, they did that. That's when I first learned what that was. Because they're like, we have the #1 selling comic. I'm like, that's impossible. I've seen this book. You know what I mean? There's no fucking way. I know this industry. You know, we buy some stupid shit. You know, I bought all 13 covers to Gen 13. You know?
Jesus.
I was an idiot. I learned my lesson, you know. Spent my entire year's worth of fun money doing that. Don't know why. No fucking way this dude had the #1 selling comic in comic books. But it was because the WWF bought them all and then would just give them out at, you know, at the shows.
Mm-hmm.
But the book was horrendously drawn, dude. It was like when you went to Comic-Con 90s, you would see people turn it in comic book samples.
Yeah.
With like having drawn from looking at pages from Image Comics and not understanding how if the person who drew at the image book knew anatomy and were doing their way of their version of it, this was like the parody of a parody of a copy of a copy of a copy. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's 4 steps down, twice removed. It was like, I watched Neil Adams rip a fucking dude once, hardcore, man. Like, and he looked over. I remember like it was yesterday. He's just ripping this dude's art, and then he stops and looks up at me and he goes, "Don't ever fucking draw like this." I nodded, okay, you know. And the dude just a look of defeat on this poor guy's face, you know.
Oh yeah.
I told that story to Neil's kid Joel, who I made friends with. I would say we're acquaintances now, but we were pretty friendly there for a few years because we got stuck together at a few Wizard Worlds, just the way it worked in Artist Alley. And so I was like, you know, I never told this story, but I told him about his father, and he just stopped and just couldn't. He's like, it's 100% my dad. Like just, you know, just pure. Yeah. His dad apparently believes that Earth expands and grows, the expanding Earth theory, which I'm fascinated with. And so he was on Coast to Coast back in 2006 or 7 talking about that. And I bugged Joel. I'm like, so about this expanding Earth thing. He's like, please don't. please don't. I don't want to talk about the expanding Earth. I'm like, I just got in. Like, he's like, he really believes in the expanding. I'm like, do you? I mean, it's possible, right? I mean, organisms grow, right? It seems that's how the tectonic plates could have cracked if the Earth is expanding. He's just looking at me. He's like, "See, you're going down this path of madness. Like, you're never gonna get the answers to this." So, thought it was flat. Well, whatever happened to the flat earthers? They've gone away for a little bit. You know what scares me is
they've come around.
You just realized what you've said.
I did. I said it on purpose.
Okay, clever.
Dun-dun-dun.
I have a feeling they're like the Rorschach 7th Cavalry dudes in the Watchmen, like planning an even flatter Earth theory. You know, like they're in a makeshift
ultra flat Earth.
They're in a makeshift soundstage somewhere, trying to, they got a boardroom with pins. They got flat Earth masks. Oh, Psycho got hit with the foul language again. That's fine. I turned it off. So
watch your filthy fucking mouths.
I wish Pee-wee's Playhouse was still on, so he could ask Globy things like the flat Earth theory. You know, hey Globy, the flat Earth. Ah! You know, every time we say flat, they all yell. Ah! Maybe the word of the day is crazy. Well, Pee-wee, it's because they're crazy. Ah! Me. I said AS. Man, I turned it off and it's like triple fucking getting him. That's crazy. No, I'll play with it later, man. Like, I don't want to go. I mean, I'll go in there. Let me go in there now. Let me go in there and see where is it. Manage moderation settings. Let me do it again. Custom rule sets. Profanity, no filtering. Is there any way to get back to the chat from this without refreshing it? You click save, but then it doesn't like go back to the chat. It just sits in this fucking menu within the chat window. It's hilarious. Back to Twitch. No, that's not it. Great. Thank you. I have to hit refresh chat. Yeah, and then it wipes out everything they said on my. That's really fun, guys. So I'm not messing with it no more. I turn it off. I don't know why that is. Well, we don't seem to have any freezes. Famous last words. I'm trying to tempt the fates, Brandon. Like I'm just like, maybe this thing will fucking work. But doing it about an hour. Yeah, it still got him. Refrain from language. Huh. Well, once the stream's off, I'll go in and see if maybe it's just not refreshing in this particular feed for whatever reason. I still have to make fucking menus for this. I still have to make some menus for the speed commentaries, and it's ridiculous. I just want to finish Mega Visions, man, dude. Just want to be done with it. I'm gonna really kill myself this weekend to get this pinup complete. So it's gonna be painful, but it has to be done. Yeah, still on this stupid fucking thing. I'm one stream away from finishing the lines. It's just I got sick, so what are you gonna do?
Toughen up, Rob. You're only allowed to get sick once every 12 years. Has it been 12 years?
I'm not a sick guy, so it's been. So you know what happens is I've been stepping outside. You know, and they're like, the coronavirus is gonna get you next. I'm like, I'm not going outside. Can't make me. You know. Hey, what's up, Lava? I got an arcade in here now, and all the black coffee I can drink. So
you just need to have the coffee machine in there, and then you never have to leave.
My wife will not allow me to bring the coffee machine up here. I've tried to bring the percolator. I can have a little percolator station. She's like, you're not. No. In the kitchen. I'm like, all right. I don't add any sugar. Sometimes if I want like a dessert taste out of it. Otherwise I just get cotton mouth, so I just drink a black. I have a sugar-free vanilla I'll do with like a cream. So if I want something a little more like a desserty. But mostly it's just black. If I like a different flavor, I put different flavors of tea in here. So I got a butterscotch, Earl Grey, double spiced chai, and then an Irish breakfast if I want an extra strong. If it's not strong enough, put the Irish breakfast tea in there. You know, Brandon, more bitter.
Fancy.
If it's not bitter enough, right? Abundance of bags. Those are the years of working in a hole. I'm working in a hole. Oh, so sore. I did 10 laps across the Olympic pool last week, right before I got sick. So I was in such physical pain, and then I started throwing up. I'm like, what's going on in life? You know, what are you doing? You ever swim so much, Brandon, you're like, I don't think I can get myself out the pool? Like,
I'm too fat to go in the pool. I don't want anyone to see me shirtless flopping around the water.
Oh, come on, dude.
No.
The majority of the people there all have normal bodies, dude. It's, you know. Now,
compared to my abnormal body?
The ones that like to show off are I look, even when the closest I've ever had to anything worth looking at, I had to get down to 142, bro, and I looked like I had cancer. So, you know, I've always had like a normal, average looking dude. But when I do go to we have a spa up in the mountains, those mineral spas, you do get like the bodybuilders like to show off down there, right? Like, hey, everybody, you know, they all walk around. It's just fucking stupid. Life is like, we're in our next stage, Rob. It only gets worse from here. That's the truth. Which is just why you don't see me, like, I'm not posting, like, posts, you know? Like, I'm sick. Like, I don't, like, whatever. Anytime I feel bad, I just talk to Joe. Joe's in and out of the hospital every other day for some crazy fucking thing with his disease. He got Wagner's disease a few years ago, which is apparently a super rare autoimmune disease. He put on like 300 pounds, dude, for no reason. It's just his body went crazy on him. So sad, dude. And like his nose randomly bleeds and shit, and it's just he's got it tough. He'd call me from not the emergency room, but when they went in whatever that ICU. I don't know. They put him in the fucking room with a bunch of people who are like crying out, wanting to die and hating life and shit. And he's like, it's horrible in here. And so I would just tell him like, yeah, but I gotta fucking read about the Last Jedi reviews. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'd complain. You know what Liefeld did today? This fucking guy. You think you got it bad? Like,
Right.
What am I gonna do with all of my issues of Bloodpool? Huh? I bought the poster. And does he own Bloodpool? Was that a waste? Bloodpool. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Pat Lee's debut. Sticking their chest out. Yeah. Whenever I see the guys at the spa walking around with their chest plopped out, I just like, they got the Liefeld Captain America going on. They're like, big peg out first. It's like, all right, guys, we're all just here to drink wine and try not to slip into this pool and drown. I'm hoping not to get any brain-eating amoebas. So I won't put my head anywhere near the water because the amoebas travel in warm water, Brandon. So it's the warm water up your nose you got to worry about. So. But I can't go swimming again for at least another week because you can't go for at least 2 weeks after you get sick. So then I'm like, maybe I should get everyone else sick since they got me. They got me sick, like, never washing my hands. Like, no, just don't go. Chlorine isn't burning my skin. I'm not going in. No, their chlorine content was fair. Yeah. Brandon, you use all that gym equipment. How often do you wash your... Oh, dude, you have to wash your hands, right? Because you move furniture.
Oh, I literally... I'm a neat freak. One, I take like 3 showers a day. Hold on.
Hit you.
Sorry, yeah, I sneezed as I'm saying.
I was trying to see if I can get it.
Yeah. I take multiple showers a day. I wash my hand when I'm at work. I wear gloves. Everything I do, I don't touch anyone's bare anything. When I'm tearing things down, I have like mechanic gloves. When I'm putting new furniture together, I wear soft cotton gloves. I don't touch anything of drinks or anything before I wash my hands. When I go to the gym, they have hand sanitizers everywhere. So after every thing area I'm at, I do hand sanitizers. I go get a paper towel with the cleaner on it, and I wipe down whatever seat I'm on, whatever I touched. And then when I go to the next one, I wipe down whatever I'm about to touch. I do my thing. I don't touch my headphones. I don't touch my phone. I go do my hand sanitizer again. I get a drink of water, and then I go back to the thing. I do the hand sanitizer at least 10 times while I'm at the gym. I'm not going to get sick. I don't want to touch anybody else's stuff. I wipe down everything I use. I wear nothing but clean clothes to the gym. I wear a clean outfit every time I go. Usually I take a shower before I even go to the gym because I work a labor job, so I don't want to be dirty. So I take a shower, put on my nice clean clothes, go to the gym, keep everything clean. I'm not a dick. If I'm sick, I don't go to the gym. And then I come home and take another shower.
Yeah, I think it was someone at the gym got me. Had to be.
Oh, yeah.
Had to be. Someone there got me.
Same with volleyball. When I go to volleyball on Thursdays, I take a hand Pirelli. Is it Pirelli or Pirelli? Pirelli. The hand sanitizer. It's so weird. You say it's so weird. It's like almost like you're saying origami. Nobody says Oregon. Nobody says it that way.
That's how I say it, bro. It's Oregon.
Oregon. That's
okay.
right. I had a friend the other day. She's in Wisconsin. She said Arizogna, and I was like Arizona. She's like, that's what I said. I'm like,
like
okay,
lasagna.
Far. Yeah, I was like,
I like
okay.
that. I'm using that. Now that's two of us.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
Don't you know?
It's Arizogna. Yeah.
Yeah, Arizogna.
Arizogna. I like that. It's very Fargo. Yeah, I like it.
I was like, okay, Fargo. She's like, what's that mean? I'm like, oh, wouldn't you like to know? Don't you know? She's like,
that's the worst Fargo accent I've ever heard.
I don't care. I don't need. Okay, hey, I never watched the stupid show Fargo. Anyways, how do you like them apples?
You're just missing out on a great show.
You want to hear? You want me to do a Boston accent too?
no, because it's delving into something the Streamlabs bot, the chat bot's gonna fucking have a flip over, and I don't want to.
Bobby's World. Damn, Bloopy, how old are you? Bloopy's got to be 42, I'm gonna guess. To bring up Bobby's World.
It was a good cartoon. It was I mean, he did it. The stand.
27.
Howie Mandel was the voice of Gizmo, right?
Yeah, but Bobby's World, that came out like...
But he used to do it as a stand-up. On his stand-up, he was Bobby.
Yeah, no, I know.
But yeah, it was a cartoon, 95, 96, 94.
Hand towels like crazy? What do you mean hand towels? Actually, like paper towels? Like from the machine?
Ashley's one step away from Howard Hughes.
Kitchen towels?
I go through those hand towels as I'm cleaning. It drives my wife nuts, but I'm like...
I go through paper towels a lot. Like I'll use probably when I wash my hands, I have a weird thing where I have to wash my face too. So then I'll use about like 2 or 3 paper towels each trip.
Yeah, that is weird.
It's just because I'm working with my hands and stuff. I don't want anything hitting my face or dust in my face or whatever. So I want my face clean. I shave my head, so I wipe my head down. I don't want to be dirty. I don't like being dirty. I don't like sunlight. I don't like being dirty.
You live in Arizogna.
Yeah, and if I could, I would live in my own little art cave like you do. I wish I could.
Yeah.
But I don't do my art practice, so I'll never live the dream.
So yeah, tomorrow morning I'll be streaming the Turtles. And then
what time for everybody? I hate the sun, Ashley. I hate it.
It can't be tomorrow morning because my haircut's in the morning.
Ooh, you gonna get you gonna shave your beard up there? It's looking a little
no, man, it is
line
trimmed.
that shit up.
No, it's brand new.
Right there where your cheeks are. You gotta make sure you shave that area where your cheeks right above the area.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't use a straight razor. I just use the fucking buzzer, so it's good enough.
What? Use the blade on
After
your face
the
right
army.
there.
After the army, I've never used a blade on my face since the army. Nah,
You're crazy.
Not doing it. No, I was supposed to get my hair cut when I got sick. I told him I'm not coming in. So we rescheduled. I normally get it on Sundays, but so we rescheduled it. So it's in the morning. And I have to arrange a meeting. I have to arrange a nail appointment for my dog. He needs to get his nails trimmed.
Fancy.
Yeah, he's got little claws right now. So we gotta undo that. A lot of mushrooms and yogurt. Oh, I had to break my diet because I got sick. So I'm living off applesauce. So that's fun. So tomorrow I'm gonna have an Indian lunch, Indian food. So I'm like, well, since I broke my diet, I'll have the Indian food, and then Monday I'll get back to it. But yeah. So yeah, I guess I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll have to stream tomorrow night. So from 9:30 to 11:30, I'll stream tomorrow night. Turtles art. How about that?
And then are we streaming Friday night?
Yeah, we're gonna do the normal Megavision show. So we'll do an hour-long podcast Friday nights. I have to shoot new footage. I'm not gonna have it in time for Friday though. The opening has the old room. Now I have to shoot. So I turn on all this shit. So I'm thinking about cutting out that opening and just it's too much fucking effort. So there's things I have to do. So the thing with the podcast, guys, is every fucking time I do something, like there's no one I can ask to help out. Right, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
How's the timestamps going?
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, see, he can't even do timestamps.
I get back to him.
He can't even do timestamps, folks. That's what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a guy who's so busy, he has no kids. That
I know of.
He's so busy, he can't write down timestamps. He's like, I'll have it done in a week.
It's not writing them down. I have to go back and listen to all the podcasts and write down notes.
Yeah, you just sitting there working, you listen to shit. So there you go.
Yeah, it's that simple. You got it, Rob. It's that simple. I can literally.
I know how simple it is because I call you all the time and interrupt you from your work.
And I have to talk to you. I can't just listen to the podcast and stop mid drilling something and go, oh, I'm gonna write down. Rob called me a fat tater at 4:96.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to.
Yeah. Let me stop. Let me take off my gloves. Let me write down here. Okay. Yep, I suck at art at 10:11.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Psycho. He's going to be doing that.
Uh-huh.
I tried to give him more creative shit. He wouldn't do it. So I'm tired of so here's what it is, folks, is when newer people discover the channel, the podcast, whatever, they go, well, you know, Rob, if you just had timestamps, that would solve your fucking problems. Or if you just had whatever. One of them was like, if you just have a regular schedule. I'm like, Ashley, Brandon, and I did a weekly podcast for 2 years. You know? With Andy, too. We did GameCraft, right? And had Wesley every fucking week flawlessly, sometimes twice a week. Plus, we did, none of this mattered. None of it matters. Right? None of it mattered.
I wasted my golden years on Rob. I could have been entertaining.
Like, someone was telling me, if all my videos in the playlist were in order so that when they watch the drawing of something, it went to part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, right? Right? And if it would play in order, then that would make it, people, I don't know, somehow I'd appease the fucking YouTube gods, and that'd be bestowed with traffic. So
who put those in order, Rob?
Huh? It took you 2 years.
Because there's so many. Oh, there's so many.
Took Brandon 2 years. They're all in order. Still doesn't matter. You know?
The worst part of that was because I don't think people realize how many things you have going on at once. So it's like Monday, you're going to work on color. Back then, you'd work on a colored commission, and then Tuesday, digital art, and then Wednesday, painted art, and then back to the digital on Thursday, and then back to maybe painted again.
But that's what it's like to be an artist, because that's what I'm actually doing. Like, that's not.
When I had to go organize it, it's like, okay, it's not just, oh, move this one in front of this one. It's like, oh, you started this one 2 weeks ago, a month ago. All right.
Right.
It was a pain. Well worth it.
So we did all that. Still doesn't matter. You know, the only time I grow the channel is when I don't post things.
Right.
I didn't post things for almost 3 months. We went up 1,000 people. Now that I started doing daily fucking streams and shit for the past couple weeks, it stopped. You tell me, man. That's what happens. Like, when I post images on my anywhere, I lose followers. When I don't post anything, then I gain followers. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I wonder if that's because people are catching up. Who the fuck knows? Who? I always expect this to be around the tops I ever figured was maybe 50,000 people. I just can't imagine there's... How do I say this? When I was a kid going to Comic-Con, I spent most of my time seeking out artists in Artist Alley, and people who were, really working for a living, versus just trying to get signatures for books, right? I never got out the house, so to go to downtown San Diego to get in the con and then to wait 8 hours waiting for one signature made no sense to me as a kid. I tried to maximize every moment I could. So some panels were good because you could actually meet dudes who normally you couldn't meet because you were in a line waiting to meet them. Where was I going with this? Oh, but I know the reason why I bring it up was the information that I wanted was not the popular shit. There wasn't if I wanted to learn about how did someone get through inking 20 pages of fucking Stephen Platt's fucking art, that wasn't a conversation that there was an 8-hour line for. It just wasn't a popular fucking thing to do. But that's what I wanted to know about. And so the things that interested me that actually helped me as an artist were just not popular. So I learned early on, whatever I do here ain't gonna be fucking popular. It's inherently, it's designed to weed out the people who are looking for popularity, right? Like, what popularity is essentially is just appealing to some mass, you know, essentially. Like, there's obviously a million different forms of it, but structurally, like, you're just like, it's like when you meet those cats at Artist Alley who think that they have to draw Suicide Squad art because the fucking movie came out. Why? You know, what if you're horrible at drawing Suicide Squad people? What if you're better drawing My Little Pony? Well, I'm gonna get some My Little Pony art. Well, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that way. It's not how I think. Like, I don't go down that trend fucking thing, you know, with my art, because I have to do it for a living, you know? Less so now with concept art. That's been like the one fun thing with the concept art in games. This is the first time where, like, the work is based on improving the project, not so much trying to translate trends into things that will catch people's attention. So I may be designing clothing for characters in a game sometimes, or I'm designing characters or level props or whatever, but it's always in service of what that game is trying to achieve. And the trend part of it, whenever that's occurring, it's just occurring at a higher level than me now, you know?
Right.
I like being lower dude on the totem pole on that fucking, for the lack of a better analogy. Whereas we're in, say, like, t-shirts or cover art even, it was like, well, here's the look. Here's what's going on now, you know? Even with covers, it's like half the time you have to kind of keep up with, like, whatever's trending, you know, which that's why I stopped doing those, I won't say girly pinups, because they weren't really, but the indie book stuff for, like, Tom and everything. So all right, well, we've talked for about an hour and a half and we have no camera issues for now. So I imagine, hopefully Friday night when I turn the camera back on, hopefully it doesn't give me too much trouble, but we'll see. Is there anything else you want to bring up, Brandon?
No, I got nothing.
Yeah, Brandon is, you know, he's a real asset to the show. He talked about cleaning products.
Keeping myself clean.
You always wanted to be famous, and that's what you bring to the table. Stream Brandon. I've tried. So I'm sending Brandon the webcam. Now that this camera's working, he's getting that one.
I'm gonna finally start my OnlyFans website. So if you guys want to subscribe to my OnlyFans,
I don't know how I'm supposed to stream you on here. Short of Skype, I guess. I mean, you can't really do the face thing on. Can we do the face thing?
Can you pop me up in a little mini screen like Skype? Could you put me on, like, the corner?
But through Discord, can we do? What to figure out?
We'll have to do test runs.
Yeah. I'll see. Then once I put Brandon on here, I'm like, it's just gonna.
I know. Then it becomes like a battle. It's like, oh, Brandon's so good looking. You know, and it just takes away from, you know, you talking. People are just gonna be staring at me.
We should get him a green screen, and he can just do, like, we can just do French fries being made behind you.
I was just gonna put, I'm just gonna each different cast. I'll just put different Rob art behind me.
No, I just want potatoes behind you. Like, I just want endless potatoes, just potatoes being made footage. I can get some good stock footage of French fries being made. I'm pretty certain.
You don't think that'll take away from everybody watching the show talking?
Who cares? You know, the deep fake potato. Like, wouldn't that be great if we could put Brandon's face on a potato and deep fake his face onto a potato? That's a clever idea. Brandon's the only guy who doesn't like the potato talk. He wanted to be popular, and I made him popular with the potato, but he doesn't. See, I'm getting the silence treatment.
I'm fine with it. I'm like I say, it's not that I want to be famous. I would like, as long as I'm being creative.
Really?
As long as I'm being creative, that's all I care about. I'm quick to give up on dreams. You should know this.
Lead heavy.
I may have said I was wanted to be famous, but I gave up quickly.
He went from lead heavy to carb heavy. What?
That was a good one. I like the lead heavy name, but Mega Potato's fine too.
Yeah, but it was Scotty Young's name. So.
Well, his was LED, right?
I know. But now you're Mega Potato. Look, you got a little potato dude. It's right there.
Yes.
I gotta get that little potato dude animated. We gotta get some potato animations. Make the Kate wave and shit. So. We'll see. We'll see if I feel like doing that at some time. Yeah, Brandon, you could wear a cape on the street.
Yeah, but keep your ideas coming. Thanks, guys.
Rob and his very special friend, Brandon. Yeah. Like Peanut Butter Falcon, you'll be Mega Potato Falcon. Right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. All right. With the football, that's fucked up. Brandon does like football. Like, all right, you're a football guy.
Love football. Sunday, I can't wait to watch Super Bowl.
Is it this Sunday?
This Sunday. Yeah, I won't be talking to you.
Did not know that. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great night.
Look at that, it worked. Yay.